Now, if you made it this far and you want to do one more, another good one to add to this is Pigeon. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to use the bench maybe. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to start in a tabletop again. This is kind of similar to Blaster. I'm going to kick my right foot forward. And if I had a yoga mat, ideally this would be perpendicular to the, or parallel with the front of the mat. But my foot's going to come back a little bit. My back leg is much like in Blaster, straight behind me. I'm pointing my toes, plantar flexed, pointing, plantar flexed, my toes. My knee is on, my kneecap's on the ground, top of my foot's on the ground. And I'm going to go ahead and use a brick to keep my foot from sliding back. There we go. Now, if you use a bench, straighten up your body. Your weight now is more over your hips and it just changes the stretch. Alexa, 3-minute timer. So in science of stretching, there are three basic principles. Wet noodle, so I'm relaxing my hips. I'm just letting everything sort of relax straight down, trying to not use any amount of force. This is all relaxing as much as I can. If I can't relax, maybe I'll lock out. Wet noodle. Breathe to relax. 4-8 breathing into an inhale of 4 seconds, and exhale of 8 seconds, and that will tend to calm you down. We're doing stuff that's discomfortable. And what you're doing is you're telling your body, hey, I know it's discomfortable, but I can handle it. Tension over time, passive tension over time. So 2 minutes is normally what it takes for most people to sort of really start to get the reflexes calmed down, the the parasympathetic nervous system engaged, and so on. After that, it's sort of like depending on how complex you're working on something, like for example, hips, they're very, very complicated. There's lots of muscles and lots of ligaments. So longer is better. But 2 to 5 minutes. 5 minutes is beyond 5 minutes, unless you're doing something like splits, it's law of diminishing returns. Do something else for variety. But if you're in a hurry, 2 minutes is great. It's fine. One other thing, I haven't said this much. This is the last thing you do. Don't do anything after this. In fact, 3 weeks ago, I did a little bit of damage to my back muscle because I did plow pose after stretching my lower back. And you use your lower back to come out and plow. I mean, your core. And that was a mistake. So this is yin. It's not yin yoga, but it's yin. Yin comes after yang. Now, resting pigeon does accentuate the stretch a little bit differently. And so I'm going to go ahead and keep going into my hip, and it gets a little bit deeper. And now I can really go wet noodle. Again, breathe to relax. Into a count of 4, and out to a count of 8. This is definitely passive. There's definitely tension. Alexa, stop. Over time, 3 minutes in this case. All right. Alexa, stop. Okay, other side. So again, start at the tabletop. That's a perfectly good way to start. Gonna bring my left foot forward, flip it here. I'm gonna try to get my left shin perpendicular, sorry, parallel with the front of the mat, though it won't be. My left foot is definitely my renegade side. I'm using the brick to make it so the foot stays forward. So I've got at least a bit of an angle there, less of an angle than full. And I will Start with the bench again. Here we go. Now, since this is my renegade side, since this poses asymmetrical, this would be a great time to increase the clock. In fact, Alexa, increase the timer by 30 seconds. Why not? When you're stretching, feel where the stretch is. Try to really take your mind's eye and focus in on that part of your body and just feel what happens. You'll notice when the sarcomeres start to relax and things sort of and open up. And the great thing about flexibility is once you've gotten it, it doesn't cost the body anything to maintain it. So you will not lose flexibility. It comes on slowly, but it stays for a long time. And I can vouch for this personal experience. So as you relax things, that quickly becomes the new norm. But a lot of what you're doing is you're training yourself to calm down. Maintain a state of discomfort in one part of the body, my hip, while being chill otherwise. Notice I mentioned I hurt my back a few weeks ago. I absolutely never, never practice on Advil or any kind of painkiller. Pain is a signal. If you turn your pain off, you'll take a small injury and magnify it. Do not do this stuff on any Advil or any kind of painkiller. Just don't. Because the problem is you can't tell what you're doing, and we're deliberately destabilizing the muscle. We're trying not to get into, I'm trying not to get into ligaments. In this system, we don't really try to work on the ligaments too much. You're going to do something with the ligaments, but try not to. Ligaments are a little more plastic, so they have less give. Oof, right there. Arch of my right foot, really cramping. Alexa, play. That was weird. Oh, that's nice and deep. Alexa, how much time is left in the timer? That's what I thought. When it went silent, it was a timer. That's weird. Okay, well, let's see. I think I'll come out of this. Eee. This is my tight side, so I don't mind that I went in and stayed in probably an extra minute and a half. That's fine. But I do notice the difference. I will say, if you work your way up to say 5 minutes on some of these deeper poses, um, it can be it can be transcendent at time. Anyway, have a good night.